Have you ever wondered why the world's most powerful billionaires are building cities that don't allow you to own a car, a key, or even a private thought? We are being sold a dream. A world with no cars, no pollution, and no stress. From the sands of Saudi Arabia to the tech hubs of East Asia, the smart city is rising. They call them the cities of tomorrow, but for those of us reading between the lines, they are the blueprints for a global panopticon. You've seen the advertisements for the line in Saudi Arabia, a 170-kilometer mirrored monolith cutting through the desert. You've heard of Songdo in South Korea, the world's first fully high-tech city where every inch is monitored by sensors. Then there is Tolosa, the billionaire-backed utopia planned for the American desert, and the forest cities rising in China's Guizhou province. They promise a seamless life, where the city's AI knows what you need before you even ask. But in the world of high-level architecture, there is a term they never mention in the glossy brochures: black box urbanism. Here is a chilling tidbit for you. These cities, like the massive woven city at the base of Mount Fuji, aren't just urban centers. They are closed-loop operating systems. In the classified urban control manifestos, these locations are referred to as Tier 1 containment zones. You don't move into a home in Songdo or the line. You are being integrated into a hardware array. Every door handle, every floor tile, and every water faucet is a peripheral device connected to a central kernel. You enter as a citizen, but the moment your biometrics are scanned at the perimeter, you become a single line of code in an algorithm that doesn't have an escape key. They aren't building places to live, they are building the ultimate cage, and they've made it so beautiful you'll beg for the key. The first thing you'll notice in a black box city is the silence. The digital silence. Behind the luxury of places like NEOM or Songdo, there is a hidden infrastructure known as Project Static Shield. Here is a chilling tidbit for you. The very concrete and glass used in these megastructures is infused with a high-density magnetite composite and transparent metallic films. These cities are designed to be permanent city-scale Faraday cages. Once you pass the perimeter, external satellite signals and independent radio frequencies vanish. The government tells you it's to prevent electronic interference with the city's AI, but the truth is far more strategic. They are creating a controlled electromagnetic vacuum. Inside the grid, the only information that exists is the information they provide. But it gets even more invasive. Another disturbing tidbit from the leaked blueprints. These cities are moving away from traditional Wi-Fi altogether. They are implementing Li-Fi data transmission through the pulsing of LED lights. Every street lamp, every ceiling bulb, and every screen in your smart apartment is a high-speed transmitter. But here is the catch. Li-Fi requires a direct line of sight. If the light can't see you, you don't exist. This means the system tracks your exact position down to the millimeter to keep you connected. In a black box city, the light isn't just for seeing. It's the tether that holds your digital soul. If they dim the lights in your sector, you are digitally erased. No communication, no SOS, no record of your location. You are effectively offline from existence. If the Faraday grid is the wall of your prison, the air inside is your warden. In a black box city, the environment isn't just monitored, it's biochemically regulated. They call it environmental wellness optimization. But in the internal memos of companies like NEOM's biotech partners, it's referred to as atmospheric sedation. Here is a detail they've tried to scrub from the public record. The centralized HVAC systems in these smart districts are equipped with high-precision aerosol dispensers. They don't just filter the air, they enhance it. By releasing trace amounts of synthetic oxytocin and lithium carbonate derivatives into the ventilation, the city can artificially lower the collective cortisol levels of the population. Have you ever wondered why there are no protests in these utopias? It's not because everyone is happy. It's because their biochemistry is being held in a state of permanent, induced apathy. I've unearthed another layer of this protocol. The control goes even deeper than your lungs. According to the classified city-state protocols, they use a technology called chromatic conditioning. Every LED light in the city is connected to a central nervous system, AI. If the sensors, which are embedded in every sidewalk, detect a spike in average heart rates or aggressive walking patterns, the city's light spectrum shifts. It moves from a natural white to a specific frequency of non-visible blue. This light is invisible to your conscious eye, but your pineal gland reacts to it instantly, triggering a suppressive hormonal response. They can effectively cool down a heated argument or a potential riot just by changing the hue of the street lamps. But there is a much more spicy revelation buried in the archives: the water supply. In black box cities, water isn't just H2O. It's a delivery system for isotopic markers. These markers don't harm you, but they settle in your bone marrow. They act as a biological serial number. Once you've lived in the city for more than 6 months, your very skeletal structure becomes a unique identifier that can be read by ground-penetrating scanners. This is the ultimate tidbit they don't want you to know. You could leave your phone behind, burn your passport, and change your face. But as long as you have those isotopes in your bones, the city's sensors will find you. You aren't just living in the city. The city is literally living inside of you. You have become a walking sensor, calibrated to their frequency, breathing their peace and drinking their tracking code. You've heard the term 15-minute city. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Everything you need, work, food, healthcare, all within a short walk from your front door. No more long commutes, no more wasted time. But in the black box urban model, this isn't about convenience. It's about geographic containment. According to leaked zoning blueprints from the Tolosa project, these cities are divided into autonomous sectors, each with its own digital perimeter. Think of it as a virtual wall. Your access to other sectors isn't a right. It's a privilege granted by the central AI based on your real-time behavior. I've unearthed a document detailing a system called dynamic scarcity. In a black box city, the resources follow you, but only if you stay where you're told. If you try to leave your designated 15-minute zone without a digital transit token, the city reacts. Your smart wallet might suddenly fail at a grocery store in the next district. Your augmented reality glasses might blur out street signs in unauthorized areas. They don't need to arrest you if they can simply make it impossible for you to function outside your assigned cell. There is a more psychological layer to this that I found in the behavioral containment files. It's called the isolation protocol. If the city's central brain detects a gathering of more than 5 people that wasn't pre-approved, it doesn't send the police. Instead, it activates localized signal jamming. Suddenly, in that one specific park or plaza, every phone goes dead. Every wearable device loses connection. You are standing in a crowd, but you are digitally blind and deaf. They can effectively ghost an entire protest before it even starts. By the time you walk back into your own 15-minute zone, your connection returns, but the event has been erased from the city's data stream. It's as if it never happened. But the most terrifying revelation is the concept of digital exile. Imagine committing a social infraction. Maybe you spoke too loudly against a new city tax or skipped a mandatory community wellness scan. The AI doesn't send you to a physical jail. It simply downgrades your status to non-resident. Suddenly, the self-driving shuttles won't stop for you. The automated doors to the pharmacy won't open. The smart bins won't accept your trash. You are still in the city, surrounded by luxury, but you have become a ghost in the machine. You are physically present, but the black box has decided you no longer exist. You aren't living in a community, you are living in a biometric cell that happens to have a nice coffee shop downstairs. The 15-minute radius isn't for your comfort. It's the maximum distance the sensors can reliably track you before they lose their resolution on your soul. There is one final question no one asks about these smart utopias. What happens to all that data when a citizen expires? In a normal city, you leave behind a house and some memories. In a black box city, you leave behind a perfect digital ghost. I've gained access to a classified proposal titled Project Afterlife. The sensors aren't just tracking your movements to make the traffic flow better. they are recording your neural signature. Every reaction you've ever had to the city's stimuli, the way your heart rate spiked during a specific song in the park, the micro tremors in your voice during a private conversation, it's all archived. Here is a revelation that will chill you to the bone. They aren't just building a city for the living, they are building a cognitive reserve. By using the isotopic markers in your bones and the Li-Fi scans of your brain activity, the city's AI creates a high-fidelity simulation of your consciousness. Even after you are gone, your digital twin continues to live in the city's cloud, serving as a data point for future behavioral experiments. You don't die in a black box city. You just become a permanent part of the software. You become a ghost in a machine that never sleeps. The doors to the black box are closing. If you want to stay ahead of the grid, you know what to do. If you liked this investigation, follow and subscribe for more. Stay vigilant. I'll see you in the next one.